Hey everybody, how we doing today? So I'm calling it down to only 4 videos today because I was up a little late. Cat kept me awake, woke me up a couple of times last night. Ugh, dang critter. But from Ruptly, did the Kurds grab the oil? Trump says U.S. never committed to Syrian allies, but SecDef says Washington still committed to oil. Of course they are, because it never ends, you know. President Donald Trump has said that the U.S. never committed to the security of Kurds in northern Syria ahead of the end of the Turkish ceasefire. His defense secretary, meanwhile, says the U.S. troops had a job to secure the oil. He says, "We never gave a commitment to the Kurds," Trump told reporters during a cabinet meeting on Monday. While the presence of troops in While the presence of U.S. troops in North Syria guaranteed the safety of Kurdish militias operating there, Trump defends his decision to pull the troops out, and even appeared sympathetic to the Turkish argument that these militias are terrorists. You have to look both ways. Plenty of Turks have been killed because of conflict on their borders. He added, repeating his assertion that the Kurds are no angels. No, technically none of those guys over there are angels. There's no such thing as an angel among the human species, believe me. But Turkey's military operation against the Kurds, dubbed Peace Spring, was launched following the withdrawal of a small number of U.S. troops stationed in the region. Amid international backlash, Trump insisted that protecting the Kurds was not the job of the U.S., but also threatened Turkey with economic sanctions if the operation continued. The operation was paused last Thursday for 5 days to give the beleaguered Kurds a chance to withdraw from Turkey's planned safe zone along the border. The peace has been a fragile one, however, with both sides accusing each other of breaking the truce. Nevertheless, Trump told reporters on Monday that the ceasefire is holding. The initial withdrawal on October 9th was followed by reports that hundreds of Islamic State, IS, formerly ISIS, prisoners had escaped from Kurdish prison camps amid the chaos of the Turkish incursion. Responding to critics on Monday, Trump boasted that it was his administration that oversaw their capture in the first place. Change their name all you want. If it's still Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, then it's all the same. I'm the one who did the capturing. I'm the one who did the capturing. I'm the one who knows more about it than you people, or the fake pundits. The future of the 1,000 or so American troops in Syria has remained unclear since the withdrawal has announced, and conflict reports have circulated as to whether some will stay in Syria to protect its oil facilities. Trump said on Monday that they will all be removed and deployed elsewhere in the region before eventually coming home. However, Defense Secretary Mark Esper said earlier that some may remain behind to guard Syrian oil fields from possible seizure by IS fighters. We have troops in towns in northeast Syria that are located next to the oil fields. The troops in those towns are not in the present phase of withdrawal, Esper told reporters in Afghanistan on Monday. Even if Trump follows through with the complete pullout, some of the troops withdrawal may simply relocate to Iraq. Meanwhile, as Trump touts his withdrawal as a move towards ending the U.S. endless wars in the Middle East, thousands of American troops are preparing to deploy to Saudi Arabia to guard its oil wealth against perceived Iranian aggression. As the cabinet meeting, the president questioned what U.S. troops were doing on Syrian land in the first place. He had no such qualms about the Saudi deployment. However, he said that the Saudi Arabia has agreed to pay us for everything we're doing. Now look, let's play a little bit of devil's advocate with Mr. Trump here. And let's say, okay, you know what? What if he really is trying to end the endless wars? And he's trying to, actually pull our troops and bring them home. But he can't do it right away because other people in the government are preventing him from doing a complete pullout. Yes, he's the commander-in-chief, but does he want to alienate his advisors and his other cabinet members? Maybe they're showing some kind of act of resistance to his decision to try and pull out. And maybe he's just trying to inch along and do it slowly to minimize resistance. It's kind of like pulling your fingers out of one of those Chinese torture devices. Chinese torture. But, you know, maybe that's the subtle position here. I don't necessarily want to come right out and say that, oh, he must be pulling a cock and bull. He's not telling the truth. Many people would assume that, but I don't want to. I want to wait to be sure. I want to give him the chance. I will play the devil's advocate. But if you want my actual opinion, I would say that there probably is some cock and bull going on. He might be a little evasive or a little deceptive, which would lead me to suspect that he might not be true to his word. But I say give him the chance. Maybe I'm wrong. That's what a reasonable person says. A truly reasonable person entertains the idea that they might be wrong. They entertain the other person's point of view. They don't agree with it, but they hear them out, and they think about it. They consider it. And at the end of the day, if you still think their point of view is wrong, you can still reject it. But you at least take the time to take it under consideration. I mean, what have you got to lose? It's not going to hurt you. It might hurt you a little bit emotionally, maybe, but who knows? Anyway, peace!